Hi everyone, welcome back to our second nutrition video. Today we're going to talk about calories in versus calories out. So calories in versus calorie out debate is relatively straightforward. Generally, the more calories that we consume, the more weight we'll gain. The less calories we consume, the less weight we'll gain or we'll lose weight, okay? So if you're creating a calorie surplus where you're eating more than your total daily energy expenditure, if you're not sure about TDEE, guys, go back to the previous video. But if you're eating more than your TDEE, then you're going to gain weight. And then if you're eating less than your TDEE, you're going to lose weight, okay? So when we want to gain or lose weight, it's important that you pick something, either a calorie surplus or a calorie deficit that you can stick to. Most people are going to recommend around about a 10 to 15% increase or decrease in your current consumption, because that's just a small enough increase that you can get maybe the effect that you're looking for without feeling like you're maybe force feeding or starving yourself, okay? Remember guys, when you go into a calorie surplus, the bigger the surplus, the more likely there is going to be a body fat gain. However, if your goal is to get maybe as big as you possibly can as quickly as you can, okay, you'll have to accept that there will be some fat gain with that calorie surplus increase, okay? Unless you're going to drastically increase the amount of training volume that you're going to be doing, then you'll generally find that there will be an increase in fat on your body, okay? Again, the same with a calorie deficit, guys. If you're going to consume less calories, 10 to 15% is somewhere where you want to be kind of aiming for to begin with. That's going to allow you to have a nice slow controlled rate of fat loss or weight loss in the kind of direction that you're aiming for. Obviously, the bigger that deficit is, maybe the harder it is for people to stick to. And this is the biggest thing I think when anyone is talking about changing their diet, is finding something that is going to allow you to stick to it and maintain it for a long period of time. Okay, so you're looking for roughly around 3,500 calories to either gain a pound of fat or gain a pound of weight, okay, and 3,500 calories to lose a pound of weight. So if we take, for example, a average female is maybe consuming 2,000 calories and she takes a 10% decrease in that, so she'll be consuming 1,800 calories. It's going to take her, let me do the math, 1,400 to 2 and a bit weeks before she'll see a pound of weight loss, okay, on the scales, okay? Now obviously if you want that weight loss fat rate to be a lot quicker, then you need to increase that calorie deficit, which that generally makes it a little bit harder to stick to, okay? It's a bigger change from your daily routine, which again just makes the pressure of trying to stick to that a little bit more difficult, okay? A couple of ways that you can combat that is obviously by eating more calorie or less calorie dense foods, so vegetables, fruit, lean proteins. That means you can generally eat a lot of these foods. They don't carry a large amount of calories, which means you can eat more throughout the day to allow you to feel full, so that you can have a larger calorie deficit, okay? Obviously, if your goal is to gain weight and you want to gain size, well then you might want to consume calorie dense foods, okay? Because that's going to allow you to eat less food but consume more calories, okay? So actually maybe having a higher fat diet is going to be easier. We'll get into macronutrients in the next one, but basically fat per 1 gram has 9 calories and carbohydrates and protein only hold 4 calories per 1 gram. So you actually might want to be consuming a higher fat diet, because that's going to allow you to consume more calories but still allow you to eat more food, okay? One thing, guys, when you are generally going on a calorie surplus diet, so trying to gain weight, you are going to have to overeat and feel extremely full, okay, to push that number up, okay? So if you want to get bigger and again gain more muscle mass and stuff, you need to put yourself in a calorie surplus. You need to be training really hard, so relatively high volume in training if you want to build muscle mass. So but when you're eating, you are going to have to eat to the point where you feel like you're almost going to explode. Okay, that's the way that you're going to be able to get more calories into your body, and the frequency of your eating will probably have to increase as well. Okay, so consuming food every 3 to 5 hours on a regular basis from waking to going to bed, generally for most people is the best way to do that, because you have a larger feeding window and you're giving yourself the opportunity to eat. Okay, when you're going to go into a calorie deficit and you're going to want to lose weight, okay, so calories out, you are going to have to maybe feel hungry. Okay, there's a couple of ways that you can combat that. You can go to bed earlier, so that again you're just sleeping and your body's resting, so that you don't have that feeling of hunger and you don't have the temptation to go and eat food. The other thing is you can make sure that you consume a lot of water. So often we mistake hunger for dehydration. So if you consume a lot of water, then obviously you can just feel full, and obviously you're not consuming any calories. Okay, but again guys, being on a calorie deficit diet, okay, generally means that at some point you will feel some sort of hunger. Okay, shouldn't be the point of complete starvation, guys. Like I said, making smart choices through less calorie dense foods, so meat, vegetables, nuts, meat and vegetables, fruits and stuff, generally less calorie dense. You can eat a lot of them without consuming a lot of calories, and that will obviously help you move towards your goal. Okay, so remember, take your total daily energy expenditure, whether you want to increase your weight or decrease your weight. Okay, maybe 10 to 15% is just a good kind of ballpark figure to begin with. Okay, and then from there you can either increase or decrease that calorie surplus or calorie deficit for the rate of fat loss or weight gain that you are looking for. Okay, but again guys, you want to stick to something that is going to be sustainable for you. What you don't want to do is again have a massive drop off, or go through this cycle of I'm going to starve myself, I'm going to starve myself, I'm going to binge, and then I'm going to starve myself again. So you have this kind of positive negative effect, and you end up creating a negative mindset and a negative experience with food. Okay, so it's really important that you maintain a positive relationship with food. You're not scared to eat certain foods. That's definitely gonna set you up for success in the long run. So I hope this video helped, guys. So basically, calories in, calories out, how much you're consuming is obviously really important. The last thing, guys, is sorry, I meant to mention is recording your calories in and calories out. Now this is a really important thing. You need to make sure that you do record exactly everything that goes into your system. Okay, so what you drink, what you eat, everything has to be recorded or tracked or logged, or whether you do it through measurements of your palm or your fists and stuff like CrossFit often recommend, or whether you're using something like MyFitnessPal and you're weighing and measuring, scanning barcodes. This is vital because it's going to give you a much more accurate representation of what you're actually consuming. If you are guessing, oh, I think I ate about this much, or I think I ate about that much, it's really going to be very difficult for you to be on a kind of sustainable plan or trajectory where you want to go, because again there'll be ups and downs. You think it's 1 scoop of mayonnaise that you've put on something, and actually it's like 1.5 because you haven't weighed and measured it and stuff. Sounds really tedious, guys, but weighing and measuring is kind of one of the most vital components to allow you to see the differences that you're really looking for, especially if you're already at a relatively lean individual and you just want to take it a little bit further. That is going to be maybe that next couple of percent, or those last few pounds that someone's looking to lose. It's going to be vital that you track and you weigh and measure. Obviously for individuals who are generally maybe have got a larger amount of weight loss to lose or a larger amount of weight gain that they're looking for, okay, tracking and weighing and measuring maybe isn't as crucial, because just generally changing day-to-day choices will see a positive or negative effect for a while, and then they'll have to move into that weighing and measuring or tracking type scenario that we would recommend. Okay guys, so I hope that's just a quick clarification on calories in, calories out. If anyone's got any questions, feel free to drop us a message in the comments below. We'll happily get back to you. And that's video 2 on our nutrition series. Thanks very much.